Hey guys, if you want to listen to the first half of the show, all you have to do is listen to the audio. There's no video for the first half of the show. This is the second half of the show, and it may not even be a whole half. But the problem was I was not recording audio when I did it, so I'm sorry. But thank you for joining me on the Connie G Show. Subscribe on Con Radio. It's on. You're on Con Radio. I'm an idiot. That's where we're at. Did a lot of noodle talk on the first half of the show, and it's free. It's available. Just have to only listen to it. So go download it on Spotify or iTunes Podcast or Apple Podcast, whatever. I don't care. So, anyways, we're moving past that, though. We got past that. Take a shot of tea. I'll end the show, the second half of the show, with this thought. I'm not a basketball fan. I find it, well, I'm just not a big fan. I just didn't participate in it that much. I got too violent with it. I would foul out early. And I'm just talking gym class. I do a lot of gym basketball. Sometimes we go down to the park. It was pretty rough where I grew up. A lot of gang activity that you're playing against and stuff like that. So, you really had to throw them shoulders and them elbows in there if you were going to participate at this level of competition. A lot of these kids were collegiate level athletes, but grade school level learners. And so logic and reason wasn't a weapon that you could use against them. It was all purely physical. And I did fine, which made me think the basketball is a hoax and it's really easy. And anyways, last night, after day 3 of spaghetti from the first half of the show, last night I was sitting there and I noticed on YouTube TV there was a streaming of a live basketball event between the Kansas Jayhawks, who are the defending national champions, and the K-State Wildcats. That's the Sunflower Showdown, partner. So, being somebody that's from Kansas and understands the rivalry and understands the importance of that game for both teams' psyche, really, in the state, it's kind of a big deal. And you can buy into it as much or as little as you want. It doesn't really matter to me or to them or anybody else. But at least can click on and see what the score is. Well, I click on, there's only 3 minutes left, and it's a 1-point game. And I didn't know that either team was good. I hadn't been following anything. Like I said, I don't follow it that often, and I don't really like it that much. But collegiate level rivalry game effort seems to be getting expended a lot more, that kind of thing. And it's late in the game. Oh, we'll see how this ends. It's a tight game. These can be fun. Well, the game gets going. Break the timeout. They get after it. Ultimately, it gets down to like the last seconds, and shot was attempted and all that stuff, and it didn't fall, and so it's overtime. So this game, it's a great game, is going to overtime, and it's happening in Manhattan, Kansas, where K-State is from. And so I don't remember, like the Grambridge Coliseum or something like that. And they are starting the overtime part. It's 5 minutes, I guess. I learned that last night. It's a 5-minute period, and then whoever is the winner at the end of that wins the game. And it still stayed a very tight game throughout the remainder of this competition. But the thing that really caught my attention, there's a few things I noticed when watching this game. Number one is this. As I'm watching the game, there is a scroll on the bottom of the screen that's telling you what's going on with other things in the sporting world. Whether it be scores from other game competitions or just general news about, whatever. So it's like the Toronto Raptors are against the Milwaukee Bucks, and Fred VanVleet has scored this many points so far, and this guy's out with a hip injury. It's like, oh, that's good information. All this stuff I don't know very much about any of these people. Well, what caught my attention about the scroll, which I usually ignore because who cares, is It said Kraken. And I was like, what? And it was the Kraken versus like the Knights or something. And I was like, what the hell is that? Like some sort of WNBA team or something? And I forgot it's the NHL. You know what I mean? The NHL has a team called the Kraken in it. And that's a ridiculous name for a team. And what's here I don't know who they were playing, but Ovechkin, I also caught that name. That dude's been playing hockey since I think he played when I was in middle school. Alex Ovechkin. I mean, that guy's been in the NHL for 26 years. He was there when Ukraine was still part of Russia. They broke up. I don't know which one he is. Could be Ukrainian. You know what I mean? I don't know. But this dude is still on the team, and then it's like the Kraken, and you can't. A team name, you can pick almost anything you want. And on ice, I think that's a big problem for the NHL. I think that because when the Knights are playing the Kraken or the the Ducks are playing, it's like these team names suck. Like, you're going to root for a duck. Where are you going tonight, John? Well, I got tickets to watch the Ducks play the Kraken. Like, we're thinking it's going to be a 3-2 game. Plus, I'll get home at midnight. And it's $9 beer night. So I'm going to that game. Like, no, what are you talking about? Nobody's going to go. You're going to watch a bunch of fellas skate around. These damn, basically Russians guys skate around wearing, ridiculous, the rainbows versus the Kraken. Like, what are we doing here, guys? Pick a name. The Dallas Cowboys. That's a name. As much as I despise their owner and a lot of his, dealings over his tenure as owner, that's whatever. Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals is a beautiful bird. Okay? Baltimore Ravens. Ravens is a scary bird. Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles is a graceful, beautiful bird. NFL's got it pretty much nailed down, I think. Denver Broncos. Strong name. Dolphins is weak. I'll say that. That's a weak-ass animal. Miami. It's a weak-ass animal. A dolphin. And then one thing Buffalo Bills. What the hell's a bill? Is there all the Williams in Buffalo? I mean, Buffalo, just name yourself Buffalo. It's the coolest name ever. We're Buffalo. We're the Buffalo football team. That's awesome. You're from Buffalo, New York? Just saying you're from Buffalo, New York makes me feel like you're going to hit me. So, anyways. The Kraken? Like, you wonder why nobody... Hey, are you going to watch the Kraken tonight? Like, nobody says that, guys. Nobody talks to each other like that in the real world. Hey, yeah, big night, got the Kraken on. Stop. Cut it out. Get a good team name. Think about ice. What's on ice? Razors. The razor's edge. Razor blades are on ice. Think about stuff that you deals with ice. Dry ice. Iceman. Just be named Iceman. Be named Mavericks. I don't know. I can't fix your league because it's a bunch of people skating around scoring 2 points. So I can't fix it. Get a bigger net and let the guy play defense instead of standing in front of the goaltending the whole time. Make the scores be 85-83 so people want to watch this sport. Kraken. So anyways, I see that. And now the game's happening. It's still back and forth. I'm focusing on that. Oh, good job. That's good. You don't know what's going to happen. Everybody's hustling. They want to win. That's fun. But then I had an observation because it was, like I said, in Manhattan, Kansas. And I'm going to try to help you guys out that are younger and still looking for relationships, okay? If you're younger and you're still looking for a relationship, maybe you're in high school, maybe you're getting ready to graduate high school and you're picking a college, maybe you're in college and here's what I'll tell you. All of the education you're going to get at any university, you're only going to get what you want out of it. Professors are going to sit there and say this stuff. They don't know who you are. They don't care. You're just a human cow that's going through an assembly line of human cows, and they're pumping you full of stuff that doesn't really matter in the real world, and once you get a job, They'll tell you what they actually want you to do, or you'll make your own one because you don't want to listen to them. That's it. So picking the place doesn't matter. Now, having a place on paper to get certain jobs definitely does matter. So when picking the place, I will tell you this. Do not pick a college in Kansas if you are a man that is hetero. If you're hetero, if you're into opposite relation, if you're looking for a lady, don't go to school in Kansas, okay? Because here's the problem. When I was watching that game, they went into the rafters of Grambridge Coliseum. They took the sky cam, the sky drone, the sky video up into the rafters of this place. And they're scanning around, looking at everybody, cheering, everybody on the edge of their seat because this is a close game. It's a rivalry game, and you're about to beat the number 2 team in the country, the Kansas Jayhawks, defending champions. So everybody's on their feet. And it's a damn amazing thing to see some of these people standing. It's like that reverend that touches people and they can throw the wheelchair away. Seeing some of these people standing. When you looked at that crowd of Kansas State women, as a viewer at home, you're like, perfect. That's exactly what I thought a Kansas State woman would look like. It's just like tired. They just all look tired. Too tired to put on the right kind of clothes. It's all baggy. I'll put on my sweatpants. Where are you going? I'm going to go watch the basketball game. It's like this is an 18-year-old girl, 19-year-old girl, 20-year-old girl. Hey, Margaret, what are you doing tonight? I'm going to go watch the basketball game. I'm going to put on my sweater. It's like the sweater like this. You're not going to a podcast at a barn in Prague, Oklahoma, lady. You're going to be on TV. It's a nationally televised game. There's going to be cameras there. They're going to be panning the audience if it's close. Dress up a little bit. Put on some makeup. There wasn't a damn makeup brush. There wasn't a damn makeup in the bag of any of these women. They looked like a bunch of Caspers in the audience. Just even the ones that if it wasn't a weight issue, a lot of these women were bigger gals, and I don't, whatever. That's fine. That is what it is. But my thing is like, put a little effort into it. I mean, Lizzo wouldn't be Lizzo if she didn't have a team. I'm talking hundreds of people trying to make that monster look as beautiful as she always does. Okay? And I get it. You're not Lizzo. You don't got Lizzo money. I'm saying take a shower. Start with that. Take a shower and smile. Just brush your teeth and smile. And instead, it's just like, nope, this is Kansas State. And this is what we look like. Sad. It's just so sad. And the odd thing is, guys, you can pick anywhere and always come home. If your family loves you, they'll get you home. You don't have to go that far. Go to Oklahoma. I'm not trying to just be a travel agent for Oklahoma. I'm just saying, go to Stillwater and walk around that campus. It could be 30 degrees out. They're out there to get a man. Okay, they're done up. It's like a $18 million Dolly Parton's walking around there. It's all fake. It's all robotic women type whatever. But I'm saying, pick through those. Don't go to Kansas State and settle for just a mom. I mean, like, nothing wrong with moms. I'm into them. I got one myself. I have a mother, and I also am married to one. And I'm definitely that's where I should be. I don't, whatever. Ooh, college girl's gross. I'm definitely that part. That's disgusting. But I'm also like, I'm at home watching TV, and if you go to a Florida State game right now and look in the crowd, you're not going to see a bunch of Kansas State women. You're going to see a bunch of Florida State women. If you go to an Arizona game, but you don't have to go that. You don't have to go to the coasts. You go to Buffalo, that's comparable to the Kansas State. But just go to Oklahoma. You go to Norman, buddy. A Norman 3 is a Kansas State 10. Okay? They try harder. That's all it is effort. I just got to say, pick it up a little bit, K-State. Get a better lighting in your stadium because it's making your women and your men look like it looked like, did they just let in every homeless person in Kansas to watch this game? Is this some sort of, hey, honey, did you read something about letting all the homeless in Kansas watch KU K-State? Because all these people look homeless and old and grouchy. So, but to make it better, game goes on. K-State wins, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for you as a listener. I don't particularly. One of them had to win, and I kind of wanted KU because my uncle likes them, but I don't mind K-State because they were the underdog. It's whatever. But they pan to this guy. I think his name's like Shambi or something. He's the courtside announcer for the game. This dude, just look up KU K-State announcer for the actual ESPN broadcast and get a look at this fella. Now, he did a great job announcing the game. I mean, he was following along. Great play-by-play guy. Pass over here. Looks like Dick's got it. Andy Dick goes to the basket. Oh, that's his fifth foul. And he's doing all the stuff you got to do, telling you names and who's shooting it. But they finally go to him because every once in a while they'll do that. There'll be a foul or a timeout, and they'll cut to the announcers. And it was like, wait a minute. I've not seen these guys. It's not looking at Joe Buck and Troy Aikman here. I'm looking at Chris Farley from the SNL skit where he played the guy that lived in a van down by the river or was warning against it. And I'm not talking like looked kind of like that guy. Looked exactly like that guy and dressed in the same outfit that Chris Farley wore in that video with the same glasses. Now, it could be the greatest joke of all time that ESPN is playing on its viewers on like who's going to pick up on the fact that we Chris Farley this dude out and he's going to sit out there and talk. I did. And I don't know if maybe he dresses like that all the time, but somebody's got to point it out. And it's great, and I implore you to just take a gander at the courtside announcer for the KU K-State game and tell me that's not Chris Farley's brother. And it might be, and he's dressing like that. Because Chris Farley, as far as I know, is dead. And he died of COVID 25 years ago, so be freaking cool. So that was my evening last night after the noodles incident. It ended up being okay, and I did enjoy the game, but you just got to get it together, Kansas State. You can't take some Vitapods. I'd seen that on a commercial, Vitapods. I guess it's all your vitamins in a pod. So, I mean, don't eat Tide Pods, just eat a Vitapod. I just don't feel like I've been getting enough magnesium and calcium lately in my diet. Well, what's your diet? Well, I have skillet lasagna and spaghetti, and then I have Southwestern skillet lasagna, and then I have spaghetti sauce again, and then I have skillet lasagna. Ooh, you got to have a Vitapod. Maybe I should get some. Here's another ridiculous concept that the United States people have decided to have a market for. Guys, stop spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on mirrors that you exercise in front of. Because guess what that actually is? A mirror that you're exercising in front of. Okay? There's like 50, all these different mirrors that are coming out that put a little TV inside of it, and then you pay a monthly subscription to watch a little person inside your mirror tell the big person, you, inside your mirror, to move around like a damn idiot. Like, don't buy a $900 mirror and pay $290 a month having some dude in your mirror that's not you yell at you to not be fat, okay? If I walked into the room, my hell would probably be walking back into my house, looking over at the oven, which is right when you walk in, and looking over at it, seeing a plate of spaghetti, and then looking into the living room and watching my wife dance to whatever music's in her earbuds matching the movements of a tiny person inside of a mirror. Are we that vain that we if you want to do a dumb Prancer size video in your living room, or a P90Xer, if you want to do that in your living room, that's something that is going to make you look like a ridiculous person, but you got some sort of jacked, steroided out African American yelling at you on the other side of the screen with all his ripped friends. If you just got one miniature lady inside of a mirror talking to a larger lady on the outside of the mirror, and you guys think that you're having the time of your lives jazzercising, they don't care. They did that in one day, and they repeated all those moves, and they got paid $1 billion to be some sort of personal trainer inside of your weird spy mirror. Can we cut it out with this? Just go walk. Just walk for 10 minutes. Just go walk. Take a walk. And then walk again the next day. And then walk again the next day. And continue walking. And then someday be like, I think I might try jogging. And then jog. And then jog some more. And then just keep on jogging. Now, will you have a mirror in front of you telling you, all right, guys, we got 3 more minutes of hard jogging, and then we're going to dance to hip flexors where we're going to be squatting our hips. Like, what the hell are you talking about, mirror? I can really see my progress. I've been taking Vitapods and eating spaghetti. Brrr. What the hell is wrong with you? Get your gypsy mirror out of my house and pour a bunch of spaghetti on it. I don't have one of those. My wife has not sucked herself fully into that kind of fitness universe yet, but I guarantee you she's on that borderline. You know, she's on the edge. She's on the edge of Metaverse. She's on the edge of, like, I hold her from being fully in. I'm the conscious. It's like, hey, we're in the real world. This one doesn't matter. You know, and she's like, I know, babe, but I just want to tell people about my lunch. It's like, you don't have to. No one cares. But I got to tell them, and maybe they'll say, ooh, that sounds good. I had it last night. Who cares? Don't go. And I think if I got that mirror, she'd be like, this thing that you got me that I didn't know if I'd like is awesome. I've been doing the workouts with Rebecca on there. She's like the perfect trainer. Like, she understands the pacing so good. And I would be like that meme where I get up and I walk to the window and I jump out of it. Only my window is exactly ground level, so I would still be alive. And so I don't know what I would do. Come back in and be like, oh yeah, I already am in hell. So anyways, that's fine. You can buy what you want. I don't care. What the hell? Just heard something. Could be something. Could be something in here. I left the door open for like 2 minutes. It's not that long. Ooh. Do you capitalize the first L on an LOL? Or is it just, it's all probably lowercase? Alright. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I already had a new Patreon advisor. Alright. Let's see if there's anything real important to tell you. Sorry, just got caught up in the metaverse. Fitness mirror, talked about that. KUK State, Kansas women announcer. Got all that. House of, as in the first part. Calling your mouth a tongue house is what that was, about. That's about it. The only other thing that we thought about kind of was, and this is stupid, it's a throwaway, so just think about it. But my son, my eldest, my son enjoys a glass of milk at night. He's growing, he needs the calcium, he doesn't have Vitapods, so he'll go get himself a glass of milk. My wife hates it because usually he'll take it up into his ridiculously high bed and put it into his little cup holder there, drink half of it, leave it in there, it spoils, it gets nasty. And he's very particular, he's very autistic like his father, and I'm his father, where he likes to drink out of the same cup. So he'll be like, "Where's my cup at?" And my wife will be like, "It was filled with rotten milk." And he'll be like, "Well, where's it at?" It's like, "Oh, I was going to wash it." He's like, "Well, did you? I need it to drink. Can't drink out of a different cup, psycho." And so we were talking the other night, and he was drinking his milk, and we were in his bed and just talking about cars and stuff. And I was thinking, like, what'd be a great invention for you, bud, is if we got disposable milk pillows that you could lay on. Like, you could put a pillow cover over and have a little straw on it. You could just lay your head down and just suck on that milk pillow and fall asleep. And the next day, it's disposed. You have to throw it away. You can't just put it back in the fridge after laying your giant head on it all night, spoiling the milk. I mean, it's not going to be good. Now, is there a potential of making head cottage cheese? Maybe pillow cheese. That's a possibility in the future. I don't know how cheese works, but milk pillows is just what I'll leave you with. Think about it. Do you like milk at night? Do you like to not get up and drink out of a cup? Do you want to lay down, suck on a straw, and have a bunch of milk come out? Have a milk pillow. And yeah, are we now doing cocktail pillows? Yeah. Fill it up with booze. Lay on it and drink yourself to death. With that being said, guys, be good to yourself. Don't do that last part, but is it not a bad idea? Of course it's not. It's a great idea. To have a pillow filled with alcohol so you don't have to get up and go to the fridge or freezer, and liquor will stay. It's a great idea. It's refillable. What is that? Where's your pillow? What? Where's your pillow? It's right here. No, the one with liquor in it. Oh. My booze bag? It's right here. Oh, you got a small booze bag. Look at mine. It's just a thought. So be good to your milk pillows, everybody. Have a good one. Love yourself, all that stuff. I'll be back next week. Don't let your meat loaf. There's a carp in the tub. You know how it goes. All right.